Hey guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to show you how to make your own labels. So I have my own online business. It is called Boho Scrunch and I specialize in thick wide elastic scrunchies. I do bows and other hair accessories as well. And we are on Etsy, and by we I mean I, because I am the only employee here. Occasionally I can twist my husband's arm into trimming up some thread, but other than that, it is just me. Anyway, I thought I would show you guys how to make your own cotton labels. So you can use these for your own scrunchies, or if you have other clothing items that you want to attach a little label to. These are super easy to make and they're really cheap and cost effective. So that's why I make them myself. All you need is a laptop or a computer. I have a HP laptop. So I will be doing this for a Word document. I don't have any Apple products, so I'm sorry, but I don't know how to do this on a MacBook or anything like that. And just an inkjet printer. So you want to make sure that you have an inkjet, not a laser printer, because the transfer paper will melt in the laser printer. Some cotton, and just get yourself any kind of iron-on transfer paper. Focus. So it just says Boho Scrunch on that side, and then a little flower on that side. So those are my labels. Let's get into how to make these. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is go to layout and change the margin to narrow. This will allow us to get as much of the labels as we can onto one page. So from there, we want to insert. Now this is not necessary, but I find drawing a little text box just at the start kind of helps to copy and paste everything, because we're just going to repeat the whole thing down the page. So I've already copied the flower that I want, and then I'm going to hit enter and type in whatever you want your labels to say. So I'm just going to change my font. Okay, and then from there we just want to do a few spaces, and we're going to copy another flower, more spaces. Now the reason why I do a flower and writing is because when I flip this, I have something on the other side. So that's basically what we're going to do, and then from there you want to right click and go down to format shape, go across to effects and you get that little box, and then we're going to scroll down to 3D rotation, and we're going to go to X rotation, and we're changing that to 180 degrees. And then as you can see on the screen, my box has gone blue. So we go back to fill and line, and then we go to fill and go to no fill, and that will change that back to white. So that's basically what we want that to look like. So now as you can see, the whole image is flipped, and that's going to help for when we print and then transfer down onto the fabric. So I'm actually going to use the one that I already have. And just make sure that you follow whatever instructions are on the back of your paper as to ironing and things like that. So you want to make sure you know which way your paper is loaded. Okay, so the paper has the wrong side and then the right side. So this is the side that the words are going to print on. So we just load that in. Now I am just going to go to print. So we just hit print. And that's what they look like. So I like to let this ink sit for a while before I iron it onto the cotton. So I'm just going to let that dry, but I do already have some pre-made, so we'll move on. So I just simply cut these into strips. And I like to cut them into strips just because it makes it easier when you're transferring them. So I really should get an ironing board, but I'm just going to use my table. So you cut out your cotton. So I cut mine about 6 centimeters. My labels are just over 2 centimeters, like the actual writing. So I like my labels to just be big enough to make sure that the label actually covers, if that makes sense. The cotton's big enough, sorry. So I've already cut my strip out and my iron's nice and hot now. So you just want to fold your cotton in, so you've got your 2 sides in like so. And then just take your iron and iron it down. Once it's ironed, you've got your 2 flaps on this side and you want to flip that over so the flaps are now on the bottom. Get your labels and face them down onto the cotton. And then, like I said, follow the instructions for what your labels say, like what your transfer paper says, and you just press it down. So I try not to wiggle it when I first lay it down, when you're transferring all the heat. And then I kind of just wiggle it a little bit to make sure. So I think my labels, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they say about 20 to 30 seconds. But I kind of just move it around and just hold it a little bit like so. Just making sure that you get everything all the way down to the end. And once I've ironed that and I've done it for about 20 to 30 seconds, I let it wait, I let it sit there for about 15 minutes before I peel it. That's what the instructions say to do, so that's what I'll do. So once this is cooled down, we'll come back and I'll show you the finished result. So it's been about 15 minutes. This is nice and cool now. And so all you want to do is peel off the paper. And you are left with your strip of labels. Now, if you didn't want to do it on cotton, you could also do it on ribbon or something like that. So then all I do is simply just cut in between. Like so. And then when I am ready to use my labels, I just, that's what they look like, fold them in half, like so. And then I have boho scrunch, I don't know if you can see that, I don't know if it's focusing, boho scrunch on one side and then my little flower on the other side. And then I just simply pop it in to my scrunchies, like so. Well, I really hope you found that helpful. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, as it really helps support my channel, and it also lets me know the kinds of videos you guys like to see. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next one.